Diplomacy is a game of words, and sometimes what is not said is more important than what is said. India wanted Pakistan's name in global statements. Japan included it, Indonesia avoided it, Australia stopped short. So, after Modi's latest foreign visits, one question remains. Did India's Pakistan narrative travel beyond Tokyo? This is the pivot. I'm Ali Furqan. Let me explain this angle of Modi's Indonesia and Australia visit. This is not just about a name, it is about diplomacy, because after the Pahalgam attack, India launched a major diplomatic campaign. Objective was clear: to convince the world that India's security concerns should be linked directly with Pakistan. One of New Delhi's diplomatic success came last week during Japan's Prime Minister New Delhi visit, where the joint statement mentioned Pakistan in the context of cross-border terrorism. But then came Indonesia and then Australia, and the language changed. During Prime Minister Modi's visit to Indonesia, the focus was defense cooperation, maritime security, trade, and regional connectivity. But Pakistan was not mentioned. There was no reference of cross-border terrorism and no mention of Pahalgam attack. Even though Pakistan had condemned the Pahalgam attack, Jakarta maintained its traditional approach, a balanced foreign policy, with strong relations with both India and Pakistan. And this is important because Indonesia is not just another country. Pakistan and Indonesia share decades of historical and diplomatic ties. Jakarta has traditionally avoided becoming part of rivalry between New Delhi and Islamabad. Last year, Indonesia's president was scheduled to visit both Pakistan and India. However, after India's concerns over linking the two visits, the Islamabad visit was postponed. But later, Indonesia maintained engagement with Islamabad. That reflected Jakarta's approach, maintaining independent relations with both countries. Then came Australia, a country that has strengthened its strategic partnership with India, especially because of shared concerns in Asia Pacific and China's growing influence. But even Canberra did not adopt the same language as Japan. Australia-India joint statement condemned terrorism and referred to the Pahalgam attack, but it did not name Pakistan. And in diplomacy, the difference matters. A country can condemn terrorism without adapting another country's complete narrative. Then came Modi's address to the Indian diaspora in Australia, a large gathering, a politically important moment. Prime Minister Modi mentioned Operation Sindoor, but even there, Pakistan was not named. So the question is, if naming Pakistan was a central diplomatic objective, why did the message not appear consistently across the engagements? Then came Modi's address to the Indian diaspora in Australia, a large gathering, a politically important moment. Prime Minister Modi mentioned Operation Sindoor, but even there, Pakistan was not named. So the question is, if naming Pakistan was a central diplomatic objective, why did the message not appear consistently across these engagements? The answer lies in the complexity of international diplomacy. Countries can have strong partnership with India. They can cooperate on security. They can condemn terrorism, but they also protect their own foreign policy choices. Indonesia choose balance, Australia choose strategic cooperation, but with its own diplomatic language. For Pakistan, the lesson is clear. Diplomacy is not only about responding to allegations, it is about building relationships where countries make independent decisions. Indonesia's approach shows the importance of long-term engagement. Australia's position shows that even strategic partnerships do not always repeat the same message. For Pakistan, the lesson is clear. Diplomacy is not only about responding to allegations, it is about building relationships where countries make independent decisions. Indonesia's approach shows the importance of long-term engagement. Australia's position shows that even strategic partners do not always repeat the same message. So, the bigger question is not whether the India has influence. India clearly does. The bigger question is how far can one country diplomatic narrative travel? Japan adapted one version of the language, Indonesia did not, Australia stopped short. And that difference is the real story. This is The Pivot. I am Ali Furqan. Thank you for watching.